This is Lewis Mills. I've just got a little retaining wall to render. It's just Besser block, core filled. So I'm going to bead it today. Yeah, give it 24 hours to dry and then I'll render it tomorrow. But I'll just use a little water base adhesive. I'll show you now. This is the wall that I'm rendering. A few angle beads on there. Just standard PTT beads, 3.5mm. Just use a water-based adhesive. I used to use render to stick the beads on, but I've noticed using this adhesive, it's a lot quicker and more efficient, and I've never had any problems with the beads coming off or anything bleeding through. So yeah, I'm gonna bead it today, give it 24 hours to dry, and then I'll render it tomorrow. So that's the bead set. Leave that to dry now for 24 hours. I'll come back tomorrow just to render it. It's nice and square. See at the top here. Nice and plumb. Nice and straight beads. Just put a slight fall on it, just to allow for water. Just ever so slightly. Just allow for the water to run off the top of the wall. Lewis. This is Lewis, day 2. Rendering stage. Beads have had 24 hours to dry. All taped up, ready to go. Using the rock coat render, grey Q render. Got a bit of aqua bond to put in the mix. It helps it bond to the wall just that little bit better. So I'll add that into the mix as well. Got some edge primer, just for the steel that I cut off yesterday. Just there, just so it doesn't bleed through the render. And yeah, ready to go. Application of the renders on. Just gotta wait for it to dry a little bit, then I'll start floating it. So I've given the render about 25 minutes to 30 minutes to dry. There's still a few little wet patches, but the tops, as you can see, are starting to dry. So I'm gonna jump on it now with a float. I'm just using a polystyrene float. There's lots of different types out there, plastic, different ones you can use. It's a bit of personal preference. I just prefer polystyrene, so that's what I'm going to be using on here. So this is the end result. Beaded it yesterday, give it 24 hours to dry, rendered it today, floated it with a polystyrene float, and then just a standard sponge finish. It's pretty good, nice and neat, nice and sharp. Back of the wall. Usually like to give it 2 days to dry, and then it'll be ready for painting. So yeah, another good job.